It's Anita for AFTV and we're outside the Emirates. We're now in January. What do Arsenal need to do in the January transfer window? Do we need to sell any players? Do we need to buy any?
I think they need to buy maybe 2 or 3 new defenders. They need some new class because the team they have now, I think it's not good to be a top 4 team in England.
Any other positions?
Also maybe 1 or 2 new wingers. And maybe a new central midfield because of the injuries, it's not working at the moment right now.
And have you got your eyes on any players in Europe who you think could really kind of strengthen the Arsenal side?
I think also Koulibaly and a winger, maybe Dembele or something is available. But I know Kroenke, he's not gonna.
Do you think Kroenke is the big problem?
Yeah, he's a big problem, absolutely. So I'm not sure.
I think we need some defence because obviously last week against Liverpool, our defence was like Lichtstein and Mustafi got all mixed up, and you know that's how we can see the second goal. And we weren't switched on that game, and summed it up last week. Iwobi was our best player.
Okay. Any other positions you think Arsenal need to consider trying to get in this window?
Probably some wingers because Aubameyang is left alone.
Okay, and are there any players in Europe at the moment who you think you'd like to have in Arsenal in the January transfer window?
Probably Isco.
Oh, Isco from Real Madrid, but he's been linked with Chelsea. Well, they're not sure, but you really think Isco would do well? He hasn't, obviously he's been playing a bit more with the new manager, but didn't play that much last season. What are your thoughts?
Well, obviously, at Unai Emery at PSG, he's a top manager and he's won loads of trophies. He actually did sign Neymar and Mbappe, so he probably can sign amazing players for Arsenal, and he did it for PSG.
Well, we've obviously struggled with defence a lot, so we're going to need to bring in centre backs, need to bring full backs, but obviously it's hard to bring it out of a transfer window. So if they can, I don't know what to get, maybe Harry Maguire, big signing from Leicester.
Yeah.
Obviously, you'd ideally want a centre mid as well, but I think they need to focus more on the centre back.
Okay, and are you happy with the other positions? Do you think it's just defence that Emery should be focusing on in January?
We obviously struggle with our defending, and our attack seems to be doing all right. But I think mainly the defending is where we seem to be lacking. 5 goals against Liverpool?
It was, unfortunately, 5-1. And Gary Cahill's been in the media a lot. He's been linked with Arsenal. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, he's a failed player for another club, so I don't see the point in bringing in a failed player. We want someone who's showing that they've done well somewhere else, so why bring in someone that didn't work somewhere else? It's just like us bringing in players like Sylvester, we brought in for United before that didn't work. Bring in someone who's proven to work, like someone like Harry Maguire, in my eyes.
We definitely need to sign a centre-back, a big, strong defender who can come in and make sure we get more clean sheets, because that is our problem. We can score goals, we just can't stop conceding.
Is there anyone who you've got in mind who you think would really come and help out the defence at the moment?
Not really, just a big name, and God knows who we're going to get, but we need someone, definitely need someone.
Obviously names like Harry Maguire, Gary Cahill have been thrown around. Do you think any of those are worthy?
I prefer Harry Maguire to Gary Cahill.
Any reasons why?
Just, I think he's a better player. So, that's it.
And overall, you're happy with the rest of the team?
Attacking, just the defence.
We desperately need a centre-back, and I think, in my opinion, we need a creative player, because Ramsey he'll probably go in the summer, but you know what, you never know, they might just sell him now, to get a bit of money. And Ozil, he ain't going to play half the time, God knows where he is. So I think we need a creative player and a defender. Desperately, we need a top centre-back. None of these 10 million, 15 million, 20 million, we need to spend at least 30 million on a top centre-back. And we also need a creative player, whether it's a winger, whether it's a attacking midfielder, I think we definitely need that.
But obviously Van Dijk he broke the record, I think it was about 75 million. Do you think 30 million is enough for a good centre-back?
I'm going to be realistic. We're not going to spend 75 million on a defender. So I think there are decent players out there you can get for, well, let's say 40 million. You can get a good defender, I think, for 40 million. But will he spend? I don't think so. Because in order to buy, I think you're going to have to sell. So maybe sell Ozil now in January. and then use that money to buy a centre-back. That's going to be the best option because Ozil has played twice in the league since the Wolves game, which was November the 11th. And one of them he got subbed at half-time and one he played the full game against Burnley. That's not acceptable. He's on 350k a week. We can't have that. So I'd sell him in January, use that money to buy a top centre-back.
And a couple of names have been thrown around from the Premier League, likes of Maguire and Cahill. Would you be happy with any of those coming
Maguire,
in?
yes, I would be. Cahill, not really, because I think we're getting Chelsea's leftovers because he's kind of finished. Don't get me wrong, back in the day he was a top defender, but right now, nah. But Maguire I'd 100% take because he's a good player.
What do you think? Let us know in the comments below.